I do hope you're doing well. So, we have another instalment of the Travel Diaries. This one is going to be solo because Mama G has left the building, as they say. She's gone out. She's gone out with her friend tonight, so I was like, oh, I'll just do the episode on my own then, shall I? But she will be here for next month, which will be Childhood Travels, but Cyprus edition. So, as you can tell, my lovelies, from the title, we're going to be going way back to where it all began in 1999 for our childhood travels as part of the Travel Diaries, as I say, where me and Mama G, where we look back on photos over the years, and then I speak of my travel experiences as I've grown up and flown the nest and gone away by myself. And we're going to include log cabins, so there's going to be like UK breaks, I'll go through everything like that, city breaks, and just places in general that we visited. So I went to Greece a lot as a kid, so I've got like 3 huge piles. And I'm in huge piles. I was digging through the photo album last night. So, it's probably going to be a long one. Get comfy, my lovelies. And let's get in with our Childhood Travels Greek Isle edition. Right. So, I was very fortunate that I did a lot of travelling when I was younger. Not necessarily like all over the world, but we would stick with one place. So, my dad loved Greece. So, I think I started travelling when I was 4. And my last holiday was when I was 13. So for 9 years, we went travelling. We went to Cyprus once. So the other 8 times was all Greek islands. They consisted of Kefalonia, which I don't know, is it an Aegean island? Not a lot of people have heard of Kefalonia, I don't think, because it is a very small island. And when we went, like back 1999, on the island there was only like 2 or 3 hotels, a handful of restaurants, and that was it. But we returned later on and it got a little bit more developed. We also went to Tingaki, which was in Kos, and we went to Zakynthos. Now, what part of Zakynthos did we go? I think we actually just went to Zante. I think that was what it was called. I can't remember the part of Zante that we went to, I'm afraid. We went to a couple of hotels while we was there. So, let's throw it back to 1999, all right? And as I say, we've got a lot. We was trying to work through the ages. So, the ages might not be correct, but I was young, okay? I was young. So, the thing I think that drew Dada to Kefalonia was it was cheap and cheerful back in the day. Who remembers, like, teletext holidays? I think that's what we booked a few of ours on. And then, like, you had, was it Thomas Cook? First choice, like, where you would go in. And the thing with us is Dada would, like, go in, book, and we'd go the next month. It would be so last minute. The thought of me doing that now gives me anxiety. Like, I like to have my holiday booked, like, a year in advance. Or at least 6 to 8 months. I can't be dealing with, like, yeah, we're going next week. And there's actually a funny story with our Cyprus holiday. So stay tuned for that. But, yeah, back in the days of teletext, and I think we used to get, so it'd be me, Mum and Dada. I think you used to get it for like 500-600 quid back then. We always used to go self-catering because I don't think all-inclusive was a thing really much back then, and we always loved to like go out, and Dada liked to try the tavernas and everything like that. So we used to get a good deal, and as I say, the service when we got there, that was why we always returned to that same place. And then when we went back many years later, they'd actually been like bought over. It was still the same hotel, but it would have been bought over. So very sad, because I don't actually think the hotel exists anymore. It was called the Blue Horizon, was the original one. And then when we went back, it was called Barbara Apartments. If I can find any of these hotels or anything, if they're still about, I'll leave them down below, because yeah, absolutely loved them. So you're going to be seeing photos, okay? You're going to be seeing Mama G. You're going to be seeing Baby Shan. You might even see Dada in some of these, okay? You might even see the old man. Even though he doesn't like photos, he if he had a few alcoholic beverages, yeah, he was partial to having a photo taken. So I think Mum showed this in the last one. But this, I think, could be potentially the first time that we went to Kefalonia, because I look very young. I have that god-awful fringe hairstyle, and I look like I've got a lot of puppy fat on me. Puppy fat never shifted like 20 odd years later, girl, but what can you do? And it's just the fashion back then. Like, me and Mum was matching with our white dresses, but I've got socks and sandals. It's not really a vibe, is it, my lovelies? It's not really a vibe. I was always taking photos with like children, and like we'd always make friends on holiday. I would be that person that would jump in the pool and just randomly swim up to someone and talk to them. So we had like the owner's children and everything. I'm going to try and get photos not with other people, obviously. Data protection, all of the laws. They might even be watching this. I mean, they probably wouldn't, but you just don't want a chance at you, my lovely. So this one, I think, is probably around about the same time, possibly maybe the year after. I look a little bit older, and can we not laugh at my fashion sense, okay? So, I mean, I love my flip-flops. Look at me. Look at how tanned I get, guys. This is what I mean. I tan so well. Oh, I'm holding my hands out here. I'm having a little bit of a pose. You see that? But you can tell by my face how tanned I get. I'm pale now. So, yeah, I need to get in the sun ASAP, all right? So, these are... Let's get a thing. See, that's the thing. You should have pictures with everyone, but all these data protection laws and all of that, people, you can't be like putting some of the baby pictures that I saw when I was little. I was like, Mum, what's on earth are you doing taking a photo of me in the bath? She was like, well, you was a baby. It was funny. You was in the bath. We was doing bubbles or something. I'm like, no, you can't. Can you imagine doing that now? No, no, no. There's Mum, a little bit blurred, out of focus, and a little bit dazed by the looks. All of these were done on disposable cameras. Now, I still love a disposable camera when I go away. When we go, or when I go on holiday, whoever I've been with, I always take a couple of disposable cameras, because I don't think... I like the buzz of coming home and developing them and seeing what happens. And I think the only place you can get things developed now still is like Boots. I'm not too sure. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it's only Boots. Oh, here's Mama G. In the sea, she's got the bag. Whose mum had the classic like rattan straw bag that like it went everywhere, it had everything in it, every little necessity. Mama G had that. Here she is. She's got a little chain, her green top, and those little striped shorts that she kind of used to just rewear and rewear. But when you think now, looking back, like everywhere is so commercialized, and everything's like, a majority of stuff is all inclusive nowadays. So I actually do miss a self-catering holiday. Like, I miss getting up and going out to a different restaurant every night. I know you get that with all-inclusive. You have different restaurants on site. But I don't know. But I think it's the type of places I go now. Like, parts of the Caribbean, they don't advise you to just go out of your hotels and walk down the street like you would do in Greece. So, part and parcel. I might have to start having some European holidays as well, my lovelies. All right? Who knows? Mum used to take loads of, like, the scenery. Loads of scenery, honestly. Again, loads of random children. Right, here's another one. I was very sunburnt in this, all right? Don't laugh. I was very, very sunburnt. You can tell by my poor face. And I always used to have loads of white outfits when I was on holiday just to show up my tan more. Because when I was little, I had like more blondie hair. So that with a tan, my tan would show up a mile away. But look at my face. And you know what? I still have that trouble now, my lovelies, because I have to have my glasses on, don't I? I can't be like going out in the swimming pool without my sunglasses because I can't see anything. I'm lucky enough I've got the old prescription in sunglasses. So when I actually like lay down to tan, I have to take them off, and I'm like, please just turn my eyes and don't give me any lines around, because that is the problem, unfortunately. You do get a little bit of tan lines. Now, I think that was when we went back later on. Oh, here's one. Right, so you're going to get your first glimpse of Mama G and Dada, okay? So this was probably circa 1999, 2000, possibly 2001, because I think the first 3 years we went abroad, we went to Kefalonia. Let's have a look. Look at that. How... Look, Mum tans great. Dad, not so much. Dad does tan well, like, on his body, but his face just does not tan. That's where I get it from. But I get the tan off the body like Mama G as well. Mum's just lucky. She tans all over. So jealous of her. Let's have a look. That's a zoomed in one. And, oh, look, there's me now bullying Dada. He's got his shades on, thinking he's like a Terminator or something. But, yeah, I was always, like, playful when I was on holiday. I just loved being in the sun. And as you can tell, I mean, That's blurry. What is going on there? Oh, this is a better one. Mum used to absolutely love taking me holiday shopping, all right? We would go and raid Matalan and Peacocks. I remember, especially Matalan. And it would be like, right, new dress. I'd have a new outfit for every night, okay? Because we only had it once a year and we didn't really have many like treats or privileges or anything throughout the year. Like, that was what Dada worked for, to have the holiday once a year. So we saved and like everything got put towards for the holiday, you know. And then look at this little one. Look at my lovely dress. Look at my lovely tan. Oh my goodness. Oh, Canon. No, this is going to be a long video. You can't be cutting out on me already. Right, let's go and change the battery, my lovelies, and get back to 1999, shall we? Right, we are back, my lovelies. I mean, Canon, you've been so rude, weren't you? So, yes, another little one, and it's just the shoes. I had, like, little clogs. But I think I had a cute face as a kid. I mean, look, I was very tanned. I had that god-awful fringe haircut, though, but, I mean, can't say nothing more about that, can we? Oh, this is the infamous picture of me and Mama G. She showed this last month. Always having photos, always having photos. And then, so if I remember correctly, right, we went to Kefalonia for the first 3 years. Then we went to Kos. Then we went to Cyprus. And then we went to Zante for 2 years, of which my nan came with us, Nana G. And then I think we actually might have gone once more to Zante, and then our last holiday was when we went back to Kefalonia to the other like apartment. So I'm going to try and do it in years. So we've had Kefalonia, that would have been like 1999 to maybe 2001, 2002, 2001 I'm going to say. And then the next one, let me just check, because that is Zante, was Kos. Now, I actually returned to Kos on my own travels when I was 19, I believe. No, was I 19? 19 or 20 I went out to Kos. And I stayed just outside of Kos town. And I had a fabulous time. Absolutely loved it. And that's what I mean. Like, my first few holidays... Well, actually, I think... No. Was it my first one? I think, I'm trying to think, because my mind's not as good as it used to be. I've done, that twice, that, and that. Right, so I did go to Kos on my own. I was trying to think, because my uncle got remarried, and that was in Crete. I'm thinking, no, but I definitely went back to Kos when I was a little bit older, let's just say. So, when I was in Kos, I was probably, yeah, looking at this, maybe 2002, I was coming up like 7. I used to go to this restaurant and I'd like waitress. I would literally just clear like the tables and that, and like mum and dad, they were good friends with the owner and that, and I would get ice cream, I'd get some feta cheese, I'd get saganaki, I'd get a Slovakia, and I just loved it, okay? I was working for food even back then, my lovelies. My appetite was what it used to be, but again, we are rocking out the older white capris. I was like a beanpole when I was younger. Look at that. I was tiny. I had the god-awful fringe again, and I had bob hair. I've even got like a, oh my god, I've got like little heels on. You know, like the little strappy sandals with the little bit of the heel. I did used to love a pair of white capris, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say Mama G forced me in them. Even now, to this day, I see white capris, white culottes, white leggings, and I'm like... It's such a throwback for me because they look so good with a tan. And I think it's just like, you want to reminisce on your childhood, don't you? But I just think, I'm a little bit past that. So again, with Kos, we went there and the hotel was a lot more rural. So Kefalonia was rural, but you had, say, like a few restaurants about 10 minutes walk away. There was a bus stop 5 minutes away. The area, there was stuff like around you. With Kos, we was kind of in the middle of nowhere. We had a church opposite us, and then it was about a 20-minute walk up to the town. And when I say up, we was like at the bottom of a hill, and you had to walk up. Incline, my goodness, by the time we got to the top, Dada wanted his pint of yamas. Is it yamas? No, Yamas is when you say cheers. What was the beer we used to have? Why do I feel like it begins with Y? Oh, I don't know what the Greek beer is. Yolsh? No, that's not. That's Gulsh. Yamas? Yamas is cheers in Greek, I think. But he always used to have... Oh, oh my God. Lithos, Lycos. Mythos. That's... We get there someday. Mythos. He always used to have his Mythos back then. So yes, by having that walk up there, you well and truly needed it. And the thing with Kos, we loved it because we had a huge balcony. We had the balcony that went like all around you. So as you can see here, me and Mama G having our little standard picture. Look at how brown I am. I'm sorry, my lovelies. You're going to get bored. I tan good, all right? Well, when I was a kid, I turned good. I ain't been on holiday for almost 3 years, so who's going to know what happens this year? But yeah, it had the big, like, typical Grecian balcony, and it went all the way around. So Mama G was very happy with that. She used to even, like, do the washing and that when we was away there. Oh, right, so we've got another one of Dada. He clearly didn't want this photo being taken because he's standing like, gold, what are you doing? This was probably Mum's photography. My God, he looks so young. Wow. Don't look like that anymore, do you, Dad? And then, so this is what I mean with the balcony. So we had the balcony. These were our double doors. And then they was the doors in the bedroom. And it went all the way around. So it was absolutely huge. Again, oh, what have I got on here? Got a little bit of a necklace here. Got blue capris this time with a white top. You can see I'm starting to get a little bit of sass. Starting to get a little bit of attitude here. That's me in the same outfit. Oh, what we're going for here? Right. This never fades, okay? From a child, I love having photos with trees. Don't laugh. I love, like, palm trees, blossom trees, just, like, standing by. I'm doing a cute photo. I always have done. And you will see, even as I get older in the photos, I still resonate and go back to tree pictures. I don't know what it is. I just absolutely love it. So here we have, first of many, Shannon Lee modelling. I think it's a cherry blossom tree. We've got a blue top. We've got some sparkly sandals. And I look like I've got a little skirt number on there. But is this not just like the most typical holiday picture? Like with a blossom tree? Or is that just me? Let's have a look. We've got another one. I'm doing the... Oh, look at me standing against a tree there. Oh my goodness, Shannon Lee, what are you doing? And then, right, I think I'm definitely about 7 or 8 here because my fashion sense started to like become more me, let's just say. So I weren't afraid of colour, and this type of dress, if you've ever been to Greece or a European country, let's just say, and you have not seen these dresses, I don't know why, unless we just didn't go to like the best places in there or like, but I think this is like, this summarises a Greek holiday for me. It used to be like those throw over dresses, kind of like caftans nowadays, but they'd have all the tassels on the bottom and you used to get all loads of random funky designs. And here is me, I think it's a Rugrats one. I feel like it's a Rugrats one. Again, posing with the tree, but look. Who remembers these? And they had like the tassels on the arms and the long bits. Even now, I still love getting some form of a shirt made. So whether that be a vest or a polo, anything like that, of where we are. So when I travel to Greece, I've got my Greek tops from like Kos whatever year, Zante whatever year. But I haven't got any... When I went to the Caribbean, they didn't really do things like that, but I've always bought a top from where we've been. So whether it's like Hard Rock or Cuba, I've always got a top, and I have a pile in the back room in a little box, and it's like my memorabilia top. Probably would never wear them outside the house because I don't really want one that's like, yeah, Crete, I know, or whatever. But they're just like memories for me, and I think, why not? So as I say, my fashion sense started to develop a little bit, let's just say. Going for a blue number here, and I remember this blue piece, all right? I think this was from Matalan. I saw this and I was like, Mom, I need this. Even back then, like, I got called a diva the other day in the comments. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a diva, okay? But If I see something I like, the inner child in me comes out and I'm like, Mum, please, please. And I was even like that back as a kid, all right? And these trousers had a little pink frill, and it was like the frayed little thread bits. Oh my God, absolutely loved them. So, again, so jealous of my tan. So jealous of how thin my legs are. Little gym update, all right, my lovelies. I'm doing all of this. My legs are getting bigger. Bigger. It's completely gone against the plan. It's going against all of the work I'm doing to get them bigger. I didn't want them bigger. I wanted them to get smaller, but hey ho. So yes, this one, I'm very blue, okay? Very blue numbers. And I think I look cool for a little kid. I'm like repping it. Who do you think you are, Shannonlee? And this one, look, I've got a nice little smile. I'm utilising the flowers in the background. I'm holding on to the older walls around me. Like, I know how to work myself for a good photo, all right? I've always loved photography, even from a kid. And I think that's where my love of photography, videography, everything like that, it come from a kid and like having holidays and everything. And it just has never gone. And there's older Mama G perched on the wall. And if I remember correctly, after a boozy night one day, I think she'd come back to go onto the balcony and get some fresh air. And I think she fell over. Because I remember something like Dada saying, where's your mum gone? And I was like, well, she was outside. And I think he looked down. I think she'd fallen over the little wall. It wasn't like a drop. It was just literally onto the grass. But yeah, that's older Mama G for you. But I would say, looking back at Kos, from when I then went, when I'd grown up, it had got so much more commercialised. I think sometimes it's all well and good commercialising countries and everything like that, but it sometimes takes away the beauty of the country. So I, for example, have on my list, I would love to go to Santorini and Mykonos, and you see all of these TikToks and the videos and it looks so picturesque. And then you get the ones where people show you like, no, this is the real deal. And there are hundreds of people everywhere, all queuing to get that shot on. And I think it takes away the beauty of it. Like Kefalonia, I would love to revisit now just to see what it's like. I don't even know if you can still get a flight to Kefalonia. That's how much like I've switched off because I've gone more like Caribbean, but I might actually try and look into doing some bits in Europe again, and especially Greece, because I did love them. But it's just I'm used to now travelling September, October time, where it's warmer in the far away countries, where in Europe I'd probably have to go away like May to August, and that kind of throws me out of sync, you know. But yeah, I do think that sometimes by over commercialising it, you lose the beauty of the country in a way. Here we are. This was me doing my waitressing job. I mean, how cute was I, all right? You wouldn't say no if you were still eating your dinner and I come over and I was like, are you finished? That's another plate. That's another bit of chocolate I can have. Oh, and this is what I mean when I said, like, we had a church opposite us. So there's Mama G. All in white again. She's got a little white dinky bag. This is where I get my love for mini bags from. Because when Mum didn't have the big rattan straw bag, she had the most miniature bags. And as I say, I think with like Greek churches, when we went back to Kos, we barely saw any. And that is what I resonate with Greece, like churches, culture, everything like that. Let's try and get some that you haven't seen. Oh, here we are, another snazzy number. Got the white capris back. White capris are back. We've got kind of like a, it says 84 and it reminds me like Nickelodeon. Again, I'm working the background. I've got my trees. I've got my trees as my background. I loved taking photos, all right? Absolutely loved it. And then, all right, I used to say to Mum, go and stand there. Go stand there, I'll take a picture. My dad used to be like, Shan, these are disposable cameras. And they was pricey back then. And I think it was like almost £7 or £8 to get them developed. And I'd be like, no, but go stand there. Go stand there. So this is one that I would have orchestrated Mum by the pool. With the trees in the background. Smile, Mum. That would have been me. And then I would have said, go stand up. Go stand and put your hand on the pelican. To which she did as well. I was either in the photographs or taking them. So either way, there was photographs being taken. Oh, and I loved the sea. So there is me. What have I got on? Have I got like a rubber ring around me? Probably. I've got like a rubber ring. Now, when you look at that, how often do you see a beach that empty? because we always used to go away about June time when I was little, because Dada's birthday's in June, so we always used to try and be out for his birthday. And obviously when my birthday was end of May, it'd be like a belated birthday present. But yeah, loved it. Loving life. Oh, there's me. Oh no, I'm being swept out. Swept out to sea. You see my little head there? Help! My little head there. I like this photo of Mum. Mum, as we all know, she don't really have colour. So the fact that she's got this, I think is very nice. And she's got a little white vest top on. And they're kind of like rust culottes. Again, this would have been me orchestrating. And think, if I was like 7 or 8, not bad for working on a disposable camera there. And then the last little one I think from that is, again, I'm in a dress this time. I'm in a lilac number. And look at that. Forward lunge stance. I'm just like, yeah, work it, girl, work it. So that was Kos. As I say, we stayed in Tingaki. And I will try and find out the place that I stayed in Kos when I went, when we get to that episode to compare. But as I say, I do love Greece for its culture and for its history. Always go on a boat trip. Oh God, what's happening with my hair at the back there? Oh no, we can't be having this. I just caught a glimpse of that. Sorry, my lovelies, if you've been if that's been annoying you the whole time. But yeah, always used to have like a boat trip. We would always go out on like a little sightseeing, like if they had a, not a tram, but like a tour bus, anything like that. Always have a trip out to, say, the nearest town. We used to always have, it'd be like one day in, one day out. One day by the pool, one day out, or then maybe like a beach day. And I think that's where I get it from, because even now when I go on holiday, I can't just spend 2 weeks laying by a pool. I wish I could, just to like switch off, but I can't. I can't even do like an afternoon by the pool. I get so fidgety, because I think when I travel, the idea for me is I want to go to a place once, do everything, and then I can just tick it off my list. I have been Mexico more than once, but I went to like different parts of it. So I wouldn't mind going back to, say, the same continent or country if I went to a different place, for example. But I think if I'm there, I want to do everything that I can there. So normally when I'm abroad, it'd be one day by the pool and then an adventure. And then one day by the pool or the beach, and then maybe something in the evening. I like to book a lot. I mean, the price of excursions for my holidays, and I dread to think the price of excursions nowadays for holidays. I can't even, oh my God, I've got to have all of this finalised by June, because that's when the payment date's due. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. Is there going to, I mean, obviously there's still going to be trips, but what's going to be the thing with the C word? And I always, let me know what you think, but I always book my trips with the travel agents. I know sometimes you can get them cheaper booking through the hotel thing, but I just get freaked out. I think if anything goes wrong or anything happens, at least like the TUI rep or the first choice rep or whoever it is there. So yes, I do get a little bit scared, let's just say. So I always book it. That is the thing, like when I get there the first day, sometimes I even used to book them before I went. I used to do like the weather forecast and I'd book my trips. I'd done that for the first time I went to Mexico. But I think the last few times I've literally just, the first day when you have your meeting with your rep and you sit there and they talk to you and everything, that is when I get all my trips booked up. So I know it's done and dusted and I can relax the rest of the holiday. So, talking about relaxing, Shannon Lee, let's get comfy, my lovelies, and let's get into Zakynthos. Right, so Zakynthos, I know the island, Zante. I can't remember where we went. That's probably so bad, but I can't remember where we went. That's bad, ain't it? Was it just Zante? I have no idea. I went to Zante anyway, all right? And I say we went there a few times on our own, and then we went with Nana G as well. And that was more, kind of a little bit more lively. So with Kos and Kefalonia, they was very like laid back and not much going on. Whereas when we went to Zante, you literally come out of your hotel and you had the strip, and it was restaurants, bars. I think there was a club right at the end. There was like mini golf, a basketball court, the bus stop, everything there. And arcades was down there in another one of the hotels. So that was a lot more kind of, I'd say, fun for me, because I think I would have been coming up like 9 or 10 at that age. Like going away with your parents, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to still keep it enjoyable for the kids. I think, like, it's all well and good mum and dad want to go off doing all their walking and all that, but there's got to be something for me as well, you know. So with Zante, there was a wedding out there, and we met a lovely Geordie family as well. And I always remember, because Dada was going to get the Newcastle football badge tattooed on him, because that's what one of the men had. Dada doesn't do well with needles. Let's just say that. He doesn't do well with needles. He chickened out, and before you knew it, he never had the older tattoo. So yeah, that kind of went down and was just a fad, to be honest. Zante, I loved. And each year when we went back to Zante, you could see it coming up and up. So we stayed at the same hotel for 2 years, and then we went to another one with Nan. And it was just getting so busy. However, on the last year we went, I don't know if there'd been a recession or anything like that, but a lot of like the local British businesses had shut down. I always remember opposite our hotel there used to be a British English restaurant. You used to get pucker pie. They would play Only Fools and Horses. It was like a home from home. And on our last year when we went, they weren't there. And I don't know what happened, but I started to see like it was kind of not... Oh! I don't know if that picked up on camera. My belly just done an almighty growl. No! You're not being fed yet. Calm down. But not downhill, but I think it was coming more club-fied. Like the clubs were popping up, the bars were popping up, and it was kind of losing its family vibe, you know, and it was becoming more for the youngsters. Right. Mama G, being a child as always, here she is going down a slide at one of the restaurants. I mean, that is a slide clearly for a child, but not for Mama G, eh? Not for Mama G. And then, oh, here's one. Dada looking all very serious. Now, this must have been where I got the haircuts from, because Mum used to cut Dad's hair. She still cuts Dad's hair. She has the razors. She does his hair. He won't go to hairdressers. But here he is. He's got a, I'm going to say this is a French coffee. He would occasionally have an Irish coffee with whiskey, but he'd always go for a French coffee with brandy. And he's drinking a glass of probably house wine that used to come out in the carafes. Used to get half a carafe and a whole carafe, like the old thingy bottles, you know. So there's Dada in his prime. Don't look like that anymore, let me tell you that, okay? And then if he's watching this, he's probably going to call me after and be like, you what? And then look, there's me again, jumping into the pool, not a care in the world. But this was when I'd started to discover my love for going underwater. So before, when I was younger, I would literally just swim and that's it. But then as I got like 10, 11, I loved going underwater. And one of the first things I done when I went abroad on my own, I went scuba diving. Absolutely loved it. You just wait for the photos of Scuba Shan, all right? And there's going to be videos. Scuba Shan was loving life. I absolutely love it. I find it so calming. Yet, I don't like snorkeling. Comment if you get what I mean. But with scuba diving, I like being fully immersed. With snorkeling, you're only like half. And with snorkeling as well, even when you're fully under, I don't like them things. They don't sit well with me. I was contemplating, I saw in Decathlon like a mask, a snorkel mask that you can just go and everything's in it. So I might look into that in the future when I go away. But yeah, I much prefer scuba diving. Even though I couldn't walk because the tank was ridiculously heavy on me, I absolutely loved it. And then, as I say, this is the stage when I was getting with the goggles. So you got the classic blue goggles on your head. And you know what, my lovelies? Those goggles stayed with me for years and years, all right? Absolute years and years, because they just didn't go anywhere. I love them. I think they was they from Sports Direct or something? It was just like a cheap pair. I think they was like £3 or £4. But I absolutely loved them. I was like, nope. Mum's like, let's get you a new pair. Nope. And then I upgraded my goggles and got goggles with prescription lenses as well so that I could see when I went abroad, because when we went to water parks, there's a whole story when I went to Greece in a water park which made me never ever want to not be able to see again, alright? So here, I say, can't really see, but I am just here. I loved karaoke, okay? Let's have a look. There's me. Look how tiny I was. Tiny as a, well, I was a child, but like I just didn't grow in height. I'm still very small now. I'm like 5'2", 5'3", if that. Oh, here's one. Me and Dada. Look at that cheesy grin, eh? God, how young we both look. And that is where, like, you see the age difference with mum and dad, because mum is obviously 9 years older than Dada. When we was going abroad, like, you could tell dad was younger than mum. And I think there was a few questions in that asked, and it was just kind of like, yeah, there's an age gap, and what? Oh, here I am. Look, safety first, my lovely. Safety first. I'm not going to sink with that huge rubber ring around me, am I? I'm not going to sink at all. And then another pastime of mine, right? Snooker. I love going away and playing snooker, pool, darts, billiards. That's the first thing I look in a hotel, if they've got like a games room or like an area where there's sports bars and golf, not golf tables, snooker tables and pool tables, because I love just playing games when I'm abroad. There's nothing better than coming out of the pool, going and having your lunch, have a couple of games of snooker. Oh, pardon me. First, my belly's growling, and now, because I've not had much to eat today, my body's crying out for some carbs and protein, which you'll get soon, all right? But yeah, I love playing like golf, mini golf. You won't catch me on a full golf course, but mini golf, I'm all here for. Snooker, pool, pinball. I remember in Zante there was a hotel with a big old-fashioned pinball machine. Oh my god, loved it. So here is me, loving my life, going for the jackpot win. And you know what, my lovelies? I'm actually not too bad, because we used to have a foldable 6-foot snooker table that we used to have behind the sofa in the living room, and then like we'd pull it out and me and Dad would play, and I learned all the tricks with like the spider and everything. So I do get quite competitive, I'm not gonna lie, if we have a game of snooker or pool when I go abroad and I'm like, I need to win this, I need to win this, and I get like in the zone. I'm in the zone of playing that. But yeah, it's just like a nice pastime way to pass the time. And ping pong, if it's got a ping pong table. Tennis courts, I love it if it's got a tennis court. Tennis court, or like a basketball court as I've got older. Not so much like when I was a kid, but when I was a kid it was like snooker, maybe not darts at that age, ping pong, and even as I grow up it like went into still ping pong, but then like tennis and basketball, everything like that. Absolutely loved it. And then this is probably me sitting down after my win. Got some funky shoes on here. We've got the older tie-up espadrilles. Let me know if you remember those bad boys back in the day. I mean, look at them. They tied all the way up your leg, which I did try to recreate when I went to Cancun. But every time I tied them and then I moved my leg, they just fell straight down. So that didn't last really long, did it? And then, oh, nice little photo to round out. As I say, there was someone who was having a wedding, but I had a henna tattoo. Look at that. I had a huge snake on my arm. Mum was not impressed, to say the least, because Dada had been left in control of me that afternoon, because I think she'd got sunstroke, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I was like, oh, I want a henna. She was like, okay, go with your dad. And I come back with this huge snake on my arm. She weren't happy. She weren't happy at all. So like, I would say with Zante, again, I don't know what it's like now. I should revisit these places. Oh my god, how cool would that be? I need to see if these hotels are still thriving. Kalamaki! Brainwave, that is where I went in Zante, my lovelies. Kalamaki. Oh my god, that just come to me like a shine of light, eh? If these hotels are still available, or like, say for example, the areas I can still get to, I should go back and revisit them. Maybe try and recreate those photos like with the trees and that, shouldn't I? Can you imagine me solo travelling around Greece? Oh god, that'd be catastrophic, wouldn't it? That would be catastrophic. My diet would go straight out the window, because I would just be living off feta cheese and Greek wraps and plenty of hummus and tzatziki. Oh my God, I want to go back to Greece now. I want to go on Skyscanner and find a flight to Greece this weekend. Oh my God, that's terrible. Right, let's now go to, I'm probably going to say 2003 to 2004, like coming into our last holidays, where we go all the way back to Kefalonia, my lovelies. Right, so the last time we went to Kefalonia, we actually stayed, as I say, it was called Barber Apartments. Now, I think it used to be our hotel, but it changed hands, or it could have been the development next door. I'm not entirely sure. Again, self-catering. All of these holidays we went self-catering, my lovelies. And it was so cheap back then. Like, I think you almost used to get like €2 to a pound. I don't think you get any more. Actually, saying that, I travelled that long ago that it used to be called, oh, what did it? Drachma. And you used to have traveller's checks that, like, you could cash in and get money if you'd run out of your physical money. God, nowadays you have your thing and then there's like a currency card in it. No, we didn't have that. We actually had like traveller's checks that I think, because mum and dad used to get so many hundreds out in actual physical money and then so much out in traveller's checks, just in case like you ever lost anything or anything like that. So yeah, we then returned back to Kefalonia for one of like the last few holidays, and oh, look at me, I was loving life again. I used to love those sandals. Right, these sandals, they was like the beaded type, and I had them in blue, pink, white and black. I had a lot of colours in these. You can tell by my face, like I'd slowly started to like become an adult, but then I was still so short, because if you look at this, I've got my old trainers and that on. Look at that. Again, jazzy colours, absolutely loves it. I cannot wait to have tanned legs. I genuinely cannot wait to have tanned legs, because I'm too lazy to fake tan, my lovelies. We all know that. Too lazy to fake tan, and I can't be bothered to go on a sunbed. I ain't got time to go on a sunbed. When have I got time to fit in sunbeds? I'm either work, home, or the gym. There's no time for a sunbed. But anyway, yes, I do miss a nice little tanned leg. And then here we are. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at, see, this is the thing what makes me laugh as well. The style beds. All the old wooden headboards. The like plain basic duvets where it used to be like the bedspread and everything. Oh, I love it. These are just all photos of everyone else. Oh, look, there's one of Dada. At his rightful place, he used to just be at the bar pulling faces at mum. God, look at the state of that. But yeah. Kefalonia. Right, if I had to rate them all, my lovelies. Oh, let's bring you in a bit. There we go. If I had to rate them, Kefalonia, I think because it was one of the first places I travelled to, it's always something I remember and like resonate with my travelling. I'd give Kefalonia, for my age at the time and the experience, like 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved Kefalonia. Costs, because there weren't much to do around the place where we stayed in Gaki. As I say, when I went back a few years, well, quite a lot of years later, there was a lot more to do. So obviously my opinion would change. But from when we went, I would probably give costs maybe like a 7.5 out of 10 at the time, because just purely from our location, we were so far. Well, like, not so far, but it was like a good 20 minutes walk up of this hill to get into the town. Zante, I'm going to give Zante a 9 out of 10 as well. I absolutely love Zante growing up. When I knew we kept going back to that place, I was like, yes. And then, as I say, we'd come along and took Nan abroad, which ended in all disaster. We had Dada fill up the concrete steps and had to go to hospital because he'd fractured his toe or something. And then Nan fell over at the pool. She, I think, was maybe perhaps milking it for the free brandies that she was getting. But yeah, we had a few disasters on that holiday, and just good old memories, eh? But yes, this is a regular occurrence. As you know, this is our 3rd instalment. So it is the travel diaries, my lovely. So if you're new here and you're thinking, why is this girl just sitting going through photos, I wanted to think of a new series in which I could explain and go through like travel stories and get your guys' opinions and like where you've been. If you've been to Greece, let me know down below, and just kind of relive it, because now everything is up and running. I really want to get out traveling again. I have missed traveling so much. I just want to get to an airport. Even if I get a flight to Newcastle, I just want that whole experience, and I miss it so much. I miss the buzz of getting up at like ridiculous AM for your flight, the buzz of getting through security, going duty free. Oh my god, I miss duty free and the mini perfume so much. Going and having your big breakfast, and then ideally, if you go to a nice hot country, that first initial open of the door, you step off the plane and bam, the heat hits you, you hear all these different languages, the sun is shining, and you're just like, I'm on vacation now. I'm on holiday. It's going to be a good day. So as I say, these videos are long. I do apologise. I don't want to ribbit rabbit and waste any more of your day. As we all know, I do tend to ribbit rabbit for England. But yes, as I say, next month you will see Mama G back in with it, because we're going to be talking about our time in Cyprus, which she absolutely loves Cyprus, and I hold. I only went there once, but I do hold a special place for Cyprus in my heart. And again, somewhere I would love to go back to. But as I say, if you did enjoy the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. As I say, leave me a comment. Have you travelled to Greece, or where have you been? Did you do travelling in the 90s? Let me know if you remember any of these fashion stages, phrases. I didn't know what I was going to say there, but yeah, just another trip down memory lane, ain't it? So take care, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow for a new video, because we are in the back-to-back uploads for bank holiday, which will finish on Tuesday when we have the good old-fashioned spend bank holiday vlog with us. Bye, guys.